On this episode of Happy Birthdays, here we have a 2004 Lakewood rain guard box fan model RG225. This fan is another addition to the Happy Birthday series because this fan turns 20 years old this year. And it's strange because back then we would see these fans a lot. Like in schools, well, mainly in schools. Um, Schools, sometimes offices. I've seen a couple of these in offices. I would see these in windows. I would see them everywhere in the late 2000s, the early 2010s. And here we are in 2024, and this fan might be more rare than the 94 3723, because I would see on like Facebook Marketplace like a lot, well, not a lot, but a little more 3723s of the D style blaze test, the D style blaze test style, and I would never see these rain guards anywhere. And it's strange to fast forward from all the times that we would see this fan, and then here we are in 2024. This fan is you can't even find this fan anywhere online if you want to get one. And luckily for me, I have two of these. Thank God, because from 5 years ago, I seen this fan on Facebook Marketplace, and the lady that I was buying it from, she had two of them. And I'm like, damn, I really want two of them, but they're going to be a little more. So I could probably just give her $10 because that's all I had at the time. So I asked her, can we meet up so I could purchase one of those fans? And she was like, okay, sure. So a couple days later, I went to go meet her after a class I had at college. I met her at the place, and I seen that she had two of those in her seat. And I'm just like, is she going to give me two or what? But I was not going to ask her. I was just expecting that one. And she said, oh, I put these together because they were wrapped up in like some rope or something. And she just instantly said, you can have these fans. You can have both of them for the price of $10. So technically I got each rain guard for $5 each. And that was a huge steal. And ever since then, these were one of the fans that were on my wish list for years. Because like I said, I would see these in elementary school. I would see a couple in middle school. But when I got to high school, they just stopped being around. Like they will just stop appearing anywhere. And it kind of gotten like that. And when in high school, I barely seen these fans. And it was actually one day I seen one of these in the trash. This was like in 2015. One of my friends, an old neighbor of mine, he was throwing this out. He was throwing a rain guard out, and I was like, "Are you going to clean it up or anything?" Because I didn't know at the time what he was doing with it. I thought he was really like throwing it in the trash because it was so dirty. But he said that the motor died in it, so I'm just like, okay, so I took it. I'm like, I'll figure out what I was gonna do with it. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do with it. So after he gave me the fan, I took it back, and it turned out that the cord had a short in it. So I'm just like, okay, if the cord has a short in it, then it should be able to run because I did test it. So I went and tested it. I put the new cord in, tested it, and it ran for a good amount, like 10 seconds, or like 15, 20 seconds, and then it began to slow down. And at that time, I didn't know, like, why is it stopping? Like, is the motor about to die? Turns out, after I, went and cleaned it, because I thought cleaning it would have been the best solution. But after I cleaned it, I was like, damn, it's still running the same. So I just didn't know what to do. So I kind of just like parted it out. And like fast forward to years later, I seen a video on YouTube about someone fixing a capacitor in the fan because it was going slow. And I'm just like, all this time I could have just kept the fan and just, could have learned how to like switch the capacitor out. But the thing is about that one that I had, it was like the cheaper variant. It was like past like 2004, like when the quality, like after the quality had went downhill. Like it still looked like this, but the blade set was less pitched. The motor was weaker, and cosmetically it was too rusty. It was way too rusty. But overall, I am pretty glad I do have two, because I don't know. Honestly, I thought I would not be able to find another one anytime soon, especially around my way. And honestly, I haven't seen any near me since then. So, just very blessed to have these two. But I'm going to show you how this fan has been holding up for 20 years. As you can see, the blue blades. Blue blades still look phenomenal. No discolor, nothing. Even on the badge, it's still white, pure white. Up here is the speed selectors and the thermostat and the knob. And the handle. And there's barely any rust up here too. So, well, there's none at all. There's like probably little scuff marks here and there, but it's no rust. We turn to the side. And yes, you're probably wondering, why does this fan have holes for a stand? Well, apparently, this was a different cabinet from a 2002 225. I had switched frames because the other frame for the 225 was holding up a little more, and it has the hole for the stand, and this is like my favorite like Lakewood model, so I figured I'd just give a little pizzazz to it, and slap everything from the rain guard onto here, onto this frame, so it could have a little, like I said, a little pizzazz to it. But as we turn to the back, everything still looks the same. I'll always see this back grill in windows a lot. This back grill I can never forget about. And yes, it has the boombox cord. But overall, this fan really does its job with like performance. So without further ado, I believe the thermostat, yeah, the thermostat was on. So without further ado, it's gonna get chilly down here, but here is high. Pretty powerful for what it is too, and it's definitely loud. Medium. Oop. I don't know what happened right there. I love medium on this fan for some reason. It just feels smoother out of all the speeds that it has on here. And it's cold down here too, so. Somewhat quiet on low. medium again. And here's high. And the thermostat goes. And yes, it still has this pilot light too. Yeah, this fan is pretty much a gem to me. Especially with the blue blaze. The blue blaze stand out so much. And another thing that stands out to me is this box. This still has its original box to it. You know, has all the descriptions. It says Lakewood. 20-inch box fan with thermostat. Yeah, everything on this fan is pretty original except for the frame. That's about it. Same thing right here too. Yeah. This fan is officially 20 years old, with plenty more years to come, and I'm very grateful to have this fan still. Even though I had this fan for 5 years, you know, it still stands out that I really have one of these, and a lot of fan collectors have been wanting one of these for a very long time, especially the young ones that's coming up now. But hopefully they'll be able to find some new, not new. Hopefully they'll be able to find these fans down the line, later on in their lives. I'm sure they will. Because with the power of social media and the internet, things are going to come to you. Things are going to come to them. You know, you guys just got to be patient, just like I had to be for years. But anyways, I thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the next video that I have in store for you guys. Thank you.